No, you may not lick the sugar. Hello! So for those of you who are new, my name is Millie Florence. I'm the author of 2 books and counting for middle graders, Honey Butter and Lydia Green of Mulberry Glen. 5 years ago today, I published my first book, Honey Butter, when I was 13 years old. And I thought today, as a celebration, me and my little sister Evelyn would make some honey butter cookies.
So what are we doing first?
I need to go get the butter. Hopefully this will go well. I actually really enjoy cooking. I do cooking and baking a lot. Like, it's kind of the thing I do when I'm not writing. Writing is all brain work and like almost no work with your hands. So I really like cooking because it's creative, but it's also like, I'm using my hands. I'm following a recipe. It's not quite as mentally draining as writing is. Do you like to cook, Evelyn?
I want to know how.
I will teach you things. Young Padawan.
What does that even mean?
It's from Star Wars.
Sugar.
Sugar.
I like sugar. It's very sweet.
Yes, because there's a difference when you're measuring brown sugar between just like a cup of brown sugar and a packed cup.
Really?
Yeah. When it's packed, you want to like push it against the side of the bag like that, and then it comes out in a little pop.
It looks like sand.
I didn't really bake anything in honey butter. It was mostly like ice cream and stuff in honey butter because it's the middle of the summer.
Vanilla. I love vanilla. It smells so sweet. One time I got an empty vanilla bottle and kept it because I love the smell too much.
All right, now we're gonna cream this. Oh, there we go. Yay!
Hooray! Ooh, I can see myself.
Now we add the egg.
Egg. A singular egg in a bowl. Does it have friends?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it.
Actually, can I crack it? I like cracking it.
Yeah, sure, you can crack it. All right, so crack it into that bowl and then put the shell in here. Get it harder. Good job, good job. Add egg and stir well. You know what we should have with these cookies?
What?
We should have chamomile tea. We should have chamomile tea because that's what Lauren drinks in honey butter.
Chair. I have discovered a wild chair.
Evelyn has discovered a wild chair. In this bowl, Evelyn, we need to whisk together flour, cornstarch, baking soda, and salt, so all this stuff. I think we're gonna need a bigger bowl than that.
Okay.
Food and books are pretty similar if you think about it. It's like,
Food you eat, books you read. They're not similar.
I think they're kind of similar. They make you feel things. You're all for it, you can whisk.
Okay.
Okay.
Crush, crush.
And do it 4 times.
Oh.
I can do math.
No, I'm not allowing that.
Evelyn, what is your favorite book?
That's hard. There's a lot of books I like.
Where does my book rank? And did you guys know you can actually read Honey Butter for free when you sign up for my email newsletter? Hooray! Okay, we have to slowly add this mixture. This is a wet mixture. I hope these will be good.
They will. Reading your book. Yes. No. The.
Good job. Cookie dough. Okay, so now it says we should cover the dough with plastic wrap and chill in the refrigerator for 30 to 60 minutes. It was much quieter in the backyard, and Jamie stopped for a moment to feel her bare feet pressed against the sun-warmed patio before she crossed to the picnic table. The sun was setting, sending a great fiery array across the Carolina summer sky. The golden, late afternoon light streamed through the slats in the old gray fence, working its way through small knotholes, and casting its long, thin shadows over the withering lawn and the weather-worn picnic table where Jamie sat, quite unaware of the humble splendor around her. She had grown used to the brilliant summer sunsets that burnt the blue sky, and her eyes were on the collection she kept in her shoebox. A collection of paint cards.
I want paint cards.
You have paint cards.
No, I want to keep them.
You should start your own collection.
Yay! Starting with
turquoise.
Ooh, I like it.
They were all spread out on the table before her. Lined up carefully, side by side. Alright, so we're gonna answer some questions that people asked me on social media.
Can I ask them to too?
You want to ask them to me?
No, I want to ask.
Yes, you can ask me questions as well. Do you have a question?
No.
No.
I was just wondering.
Dried Mangoes and Writing asks, are you still proud of honey butter? And the answer to that is yes, I am. I'm still proud of honey butter. Even though I published it 5 years ago when I was 13, I am still proud of it.
You were 13 when you published it?
Yes, I was.
And now you're almost turning 19?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something I was afraid of at the time when I published it. Like, I worried that once I got older, once I got better at writing, I wouldn't like it anymore. I would be embarrassed by my work. But that's not the case. And I think that's partly because that's something I was worried about. Like, I was really conscious of the fact that I was very young, that I didn't have a lot of writing experience. So I was very careful to like take all the criticism I got seriously, and just research as much as I could. And also something I talk about in another video that I made is that I also chose the storyline of Honey Butter specifically because it was simple. Like, I felt like it was something I could write and write well, even without a ton of writing experience. Do you find it hard to finish projects?
Well, it feels good to finish them because then you feel like you have a weight off your shoulders. So.
Yeah, like you accomplished something. So that kind of motivates you?
Yeah.
That motivates me too. If we're talking like the first draft, if I'm really having trouble finishing the first draft, that's usually a sign that like I don't like the story enough. Because the first draft is when I'm most excited about the story. And if I'm not excited about the story in the first draft, not that there aren't hard days, but if I'm like really like, I just don't care, then that's a problem.
I want to write a story about mice.
I would love that.
I can't wait to try them.
I know, I'm excited.
I'm gonna be
I've never had honey butter cookies before.
I need more cookie pieces. Are there any more questions that people are asking?
I'm gonna look. Let's look.
What?
Cheris Ray author asks, have you ever tried real honey butter? I have. I had it on toast. We got those jars for Christmas.
Oh yeah, those
Yeah.
are really good.
They're very yummy, very yummy. And we're about to have honey butter cookies. What is your biggest takeaway from finishing honey butter?
What does takeaway mean?
You mean like the lesson you learned? My biggest takeaway from finishing honey butter was the fact that I could actually finish a book. That was one of the reasons I wrote Honey Butter to begin with, was because I wanted to prove to myself that I could actually finish a book, because I started so many before but I never finished them. And once I learned that I could, I went on to finish a lot more projects because I actually believed in myself. And now my third book, The Balderdash and Harper, is coming out next year with Bandersnatch Books.
Oh, it's coming out?
Yeah,
Here?
next year, yeah.
What day?
We don't know yet. The release date is to be announced.
Excitement.
So much excitement.
I like your books.
I'm so
Very
glad. Kitty the Bookworm asks, what was the hardest part of writing a book at 13? All of it, because I'd never done it before. Well, I'd written before, but I'd never like gone through all the stages, getting feedback and learning about how to publish a book, that sort of stuff. So I guess I would just say like my inexperience.
My goodness.
Cookies!
Cookies! I will be right back.
How did you get the idea of collecting paint cards? My family, we were repainting some part of our house, and when we were like going on errands, we kept stopping by the paint store to get like paint and obviously brushes or whatever. And then while my parents were discussing like what paint colors to get or like buying it or whatever, they would send me and my younger siblings to like hang out in the paint card section, which was like a little bit separate from the rest of the store. And I just started reading the names of the paint cards, and they were cool things.
Did you read Honey Butter?
I did not. I have not found the Honey Butter paint card. Like, I read the names and there were all sorts of cool things like ribbon dance or lion's mane, and I was really amazed how with just a couple words someone was able to like paint a picture in my mind. And I thought that was really cool. So I started collecting paint cards. And then I had the idea, wouldn't it be really cool if I wrote about a character who had like an obsession with collecting paint cards?
And the girl's magical power is going to be to turn into a wolf.
Ooh, that's a very cool magical power.
But like, I mean, she only like looks like a wolf. Like she still thinks like a person.
Lauren D. Fulter, author, asks, if you were to write Honey Butter now, do you think you'd do anything differently? Yes. Whether that would be from the word choice or how I set up certain plot points, it would improve the story. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm really glad I'm not writing Honey Butter now. That I wrote it back when I was younger, because I think the fact that I wrote it when I was younger is part of what adds to the charm of the book. Shall we both try it at the same time?
Okay.
Honey butter cookies. Here. Cheers. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
You can definitely taste both the honey and the butter. Hey, you chose not to be in this video, Nene.
I still got cookies.
Yeah, you do. Do you want one?
Your hand was a camera.
Appearance of Naomi's hand.
Oh.
Okay, last question. Is it possible for you to write a sequel to Honey Butter? The ending was both sad and happy. No, I'm not writing a sequel to Honey Butter. I mean, like I said, I couldn't write a sequel to Honey Butter now. My writing style has changed too much. It would feel too different from the original. I really want to keep this sunny, happy, sweet little book the way it is.
Also, honey butter cookies are the best. Make them.
Yes, yes. Happy birthday, Honey Butter. You guys can read it when you click below and sign up for my newsletter. You will get a free ebook and audiobook narrated by me.
Bye.